How's it going, folks, and welcome back to Park to Prem. Today is a very special day, not just because it's Monday, not just because it's the start of a new week, but because today marks 10 years of me doing this here on YouTube. That is crazy. A decade of playing Football Manager and uploading it to the internet. When I started this as a second-year university student with a lot of free time to kill, I didn't quite think we'd ever get to this point. The biggest channel for Football Manager at the time had 1,000 subscribers. I thought that was mental, that many people would watch. The fact that there are tens of thousands of you who watch each and every day continues to blow my mind. I am so appreciative for all the support that you guys have given me. Be you a long-time viewer, someone who's come around this year and just been enjoying this year's Park to Prem, thank you for being here. Today is a rather big episode. Today is probably going to decide, could we still win the league title? Or is it going to be a year of the playoffs? There are 12 games left of the league season. We are 6 points behind Bromley. And today, we are going to do Dagenham and Redbridge away from home. They're currently in third. Then after that, I'm going to go away, and no disrespect to Walsall or Scunthorpe, but you're not very interesting. We're going to come back at the start of March and play Bromley, who are top. My thinking here being, if we win both games today, maybe we can push Bromley right to the very end, at the top of the table. Should we fail to win today's games, well, we'll probably just come back tomorrow for the playoffs. Hopefully you guys are excited for another daily dose of Park to Prem. If you are, make sure to leave a like on the video. 10 years, that's a reason enough for you to leave a like. Nice and early. Let's get into things. I'm excited. Some big matches coming up. Let's see if we can actually win the league this year, shall we? Today is episode number 37 of Park to Prem, by the way. We are still in season number 6. We are in February. We are heading towards that crunch point in the year. And like you've already seen from the league table, unfortunately, Bromley have built up a little bit of a gap on us, a gap that could be extended today. And if it is, I think we are going to have to accept that the playoffs is probably the reality again. Of course, last year, I thought we were accepting the reality of the playoffs, and then we bottled it on the last day of the season and finished 8th. We look like we should better that performance, but there's still a little bit of football left to be played. Now, of course, last episode, we did crash out the FA Cup. We did take on Oldham away. A good result there against a team towards the bottom of the table. Since then, it's been a little bit hit and miss. 2 wins, 2 defeats. The first win against Boreham Wood, Brandon Giles picked up a hat-trick. After that, a 2-1 defeat occurred against Boston United. Of course, Boston, a team we managed in Park to Prem not that long ago. Obviously not this year, but in a previous iteration. A good little team, a team who were promoted to this division just last year. And, well, they're currently in 9th. They're doing really well as a newly promoted team, and, well, they beat us. After that, we did beat Hartlepool, Yer and Charles with goals. Unfortunately, we lost against Aldershot, who I think we lost against earlier on in the year. I think Aldershot might just be our bogey team. We were a goal up in this game, and then they scored 2 goals in the last 12 minutes to win. Now, truth be told, we were actually really bad in this game, and when you look at it, it wasn't even a rotated team. Yes, there was a couple of odd selection bits just due to suspensions and such, but ultimately, Yer and Charles not getting 7.0 ratings usually means we're going to lose a game of football. Now, some good news here is that since the last game, we've actually had 2 weeks off. We were playing so many games through the months of December and January. A 2-week break was kind of needed. We had lots of players telling me they needed a rest. We kind of felt that last episode. It continued to play a role until recently. But now that we've actually managed to rest the players, and a few players who picked up injuries are now fit, I look at this squad and I think, yeah, you know what? We are ready for this crunch run-in to end the year. Just to look at some player stats real quick. Brandon Scholes and Yer topping the goal-scoring charts. Almost 60 goals between them in February. Isn't too shabby at all. Our Conte also doing well out on that right-hand side. Of course, he had an injury earlier on this season that saw him miss an extended period. Since he's come back, he's not been very good. I hate it when this happens in Football Manager. Players in red-hot form, playing the best football they've ever played for you, then they get injured and they don't really return the player that they were. Unfortunately, as you can see by his 6.6 rating in his last 5 games, he has been suffering from that. Another player having a covertly under-the-radar good season, I think, is Alessandro Falbo out on the left-hand side. Of course, goal scoring has been our big strength this year. Playing that 4-2-4 with the deep line playmaker, we've looked a little bit better defensively than we did playing the same system last year. And Falbo out on the left, yes, he might only have 6 crossing, yes, he might only have 10 passing, but the man's got 8 assists in 29 games, which for a left winger it's not too shabby. It's hard not to wonder as well, isn't it? After that first 5 games to the season where we played the 4-2-3-1, had I played the 4-2-4 from the beginning, had I had Hanusek as a deep line playmaker from the beginning, someone who could really stitch the defence into the attack, how high up the table would we be? Would we be top and clear of Bromley? Would we have 6 more points? It pains me to say it. I think we probably would. I know some people are going to ask about it. Jack, how's the youth intake looking? Tragic again. In real life, Guernsey have actually produced some players that have gone on to, represent and play for Football League teams. Don't feel like we've had that in our first 5 seasons. Don't think we're going to have that in season number 6. It is ease across the board. There is going to come a point soon, isn't there, where I need to improve the youth recruitment. That should probably be on my to-do list. Now, you might have spotted it, today's first game against Dagenham in third is an away day, but I did an away day against them last year, so we're not going to visit the same ground twice. Sorry, Victoria Road, but today just felt like a day where we had to come back, just to look at Dagenham, I suppose, in a little bit of detail, since we've not got the away day. Their key player is this man, Brandon Hinsley, who, to be honest, looks absolutely ridiculous for this level. I know he's a super inconsistent performer, but with the exception of that, he is a very, very good footballer. Really good mentals, really good technicals for kind of a playmakery kind of role. You can see, in terms of where he plays, he doesn't really play where you'd expect him to play. To me, he looks like a, regular centre mid, but apparently he's an attacking midfielder who can play on the left or right wing with 9 acceleration or 10 pace. Sometimes the new gens in Football Manager just don't make sense, do they? Now, Dagenham are a team that were going really, really strong at one point this season. I mean, look at this sea of green. However, as of late, they have struggled just about as much as us. Now, naturally, worth acknowledging, a fair few of these results have been in cup competitions, including the FA Cup third round, where they took Premier League Bristol City and actually took them to a replay, which they did get battered in, but I imagine they made quite a lot of money off that, Dagenham and Redbridge. In fact, you can see here, they've got £300,000 in the bank. I don't want to say I'm jealous of them. I am a little bit jealous of them. I mean, why couldn't our FA Cup draw be as glamorous as that? So this is 2 teams trying to hunt down Bromley. Whoever wins this game maybe still has a chance to catch them, especially knowing that we are playing them in the second game today, I suppose. If we lose this one, it's pretty bad news. We really need 2 wins today, and I know away from home, it's not going to be easy. The only silver lining is we are pretty much at full strength here. Falbo did have an injury, which I was concerned about until I realised we had this 2-week break before this game. You can see, got injured versus Boston, out for 2 weeks, but he is back today. He should be able to play at least 75 minutes. And it does mean when it comes to team selection, we are ready, rested, and at full strength, which is what we want to see. Obviously, going to hope for a creative master plan in the final third, and hopefully defensively we can look a little bit more solid than we have as of late. I will say now, if we end up losing this game against Dagenham and then losing against Bromley, don't be surprised if you're getting a bit of deja vu at the end of the season, like last year where we bottled it. Maybe I'll be coming back for the next episode at the end of the season, not in the playoffs. I hope that's not going to be the case. That would actually be disastrous. I mean, look, we are in the playoffs by 8 points. There's 12 games left. A lot could still change. Folds with a free kick for Dagenham just inside our half. Maybe a little bit of defending going to be needing to be done here as Dagenham going to play it around the back and then go long. McGuinness wins a good header. Conte can't get to the second ball. And again, we are on the back foot. Dagenham have started this game pretty well, actually. 20 minutes in here. We are yet to have a shot on target. And oh my word, if that shot's on target, it's probably a goal. It's hit the crossbar and gone over. Yeah, that's a bit of a let-off. Right now in this game, Dagenham having more of the ball. I'm going to do the change that we've been doing on the regular this year. I feel like this is the things aren't working, let's just change things kind of approach. If we know we're not going to have the ball, if we're looking like the second best team, I think stretching the play wider, looking to play a bit more direct and hit the wings early, I feel like that has just been a pretty solid game plan this year. Hopefully it's going to have a similar transformative effect to what we've seen in previous games this year, as we are already rapidly approaching half-time, and with 5 minutes left of the half, maybe a chance. Yeah, nods it down to Charles, who looked to pick out Gibua. That pass was intercepted, but well won in the air there. Unfortunately, it's Rowe with the ball, and Dagenham looking to bring it forward again. Hanusek trying to put the man under some pressure. Can't win the ball. Might leave a little bit of a gap in the middle. The deep line playmaker pressing wide like that. Big ball over the top. Gallagher is going to read it, though. And now he's going to try and pick out our Conte. Unfortunately, that ball goes a-begging. Big ball forward. McDonald collects. And well, I'll tell you what, the rain is coming down here, and I'm hoping it's not going to reflect my mood at the end of today's episode. I feel like we need a moment of magic, a spark of brilliance. Unfortunately, Dagenham might be the one providing that, because Jones has gone round the keeper And it's Ricky J. Jones, the second top goal scorer in the league. We talked about him just a few episodes ago. That's a ridiculous, sensational finish, isn't it? He's gone round the keeper. He's got like 16 acceleration and 16 pace. And he's got in behind here. And I'll be honest, I thought the keeper was going to deal with it. But he's gone round, he's tucked it in. And we're a goal down. Don't want to alarm anyone. Half-time in this game, yes, they've had that one golden opportunity that's really boosted their XG that they scored from. We've not had a shot on target in this game. I'm getting shouty. What was that? Get your act together. Gabua is upset. Gabua, stop crying. I'm bringing in Harry Kite. Elsewhere, tactically, you know what we're doing. We're putting the wingers on to attack. We're doing the thing that we like to do in games where we're chasing. We are going to try and go long. There is a temptation, actually, to drop the defensive line just a little bit, knowing that we've got Ricky J. Jones to try and contain. Obviously, it's a bit late now. He's already scored. This man, I don't want to say he's the typical lower league top-class striker pace merchant, but he is a bit of a pace merchant. Benjamin with a free kick for us, looking to go wide to Falbo. I'll tell you what, that was an ambitious ball that has not found its intended target, and it could put us on the back foot, although we've won it well there. Of course, taking off Gabua, not necessarily a popular decision, but he didn't react well to my team talk, and on a booking, I feel like it's a bit dangerous. So we've brought in Harry Kite, who is a very similar mould of player, to be fair. Of course, he and Gabua played alongside each other. Roscoe's just been sent off. This is like the start of the season all over again. The players didn't get the memo, did they? Lads, this is my 10-year anniversary on YouTube, and this is how you're treating me. Right. I mean, I'll level with you. This is not an optimal situation. We're going to play a 3-4-2 with wide centre-backs on attack. This looks nice. We'll go with this. What is this? I am getting desperate already. I sat down today in a great mood for 10 years of Work the Space. What an occasion to mark. You know, the 16th of January, 2013. First day I made this YouTube channel. Let's, make it a moment to remember. Absolutely not. We are rubbish, apparently. And now we're just on the back foot. Dagenham are just going to have their way with us, you have to imagine. Am I naive approaching the game the way I am, considering we're down a man? Undoubtedly. But we need a goal. So I feel like it's always a crap situation, isn't it, when you go down a man and need a goal? Because I think you know what's going to happen. There's like a 1 in 10 chance you go up the other end and score one against the run of play. You're just trying to get a bit lucky. And I'm trying to raise our lucky stakes by throwing men forward. Kites, that is not giving us luck, is it? He's giving it straight to them, and now it's Ricky J. Jones bringing it forward. Number 9, the grey-haired assassin. He's on the far side. I don't know why he's got grey hair, by the way. Played inside. McGuinness gets it away. Yo, can you win your header? Oh, my word. We've got a breakaway. It's a 3-on-2. Oh, Conte. Why would you shoot there, you wazzer? Just hold up the play. Square it to Charles. I'm fine. Right, Fultz has the ball for them. Plays it forward. Thompson's there. McDonald collects it. E-I-E-I-O. On this goalkeeper, we had a big kick forward. E-I-E-I-O. With a Falbo here and a Falbo there. Hutton's got the ball and I don't care. Falbo, nice win. Charles, bring it forward. Can he finish it here? No. It felt like time stood still there, didn't it? I wasn't sure if it was actually going to cross the line. It's back in. You're ducked there. He's scared of the ball, but he's still got it at his feet. I mean, we're creating stuff. Let's look at the pot. We've had a chance there. Unfortunately, they've now got a free kick in a dangerous area. It's played forward. Get it away. Kite. He's flying in the wind. He plays it forward to Yar. He isn't exactly the pacey player you want on breakaways like this, but what can he do, the number 10? I'll tell you what, sensational hold-up play. McGuinness, wide centre-back, to our Conte, who hits it, and apparently we're enjoying ourselves. I mean, that's one word for it. I think that shot was actually blocked. Unfortunately, it's now with Ricky J. Jones again. This man's very dribbly, isn't he? He's very dribbly. I'm not sure what that pass was, but they've managed to score from it. What was that sequence of events? I don't want to sit here and say you're unlikely to see this combination of passes, but I've never seen that happen in a real football match. I don't think that happens in real life. The commentator said we were enjoying ourselves, and then literally 30 seconds later they went up the other end and scored. Curse the commentator, couldn't do anything about it. What I will say is we are actually on the attack, and Charles has a chance here, one-on-one. You dingus. Is it just me, or have we played better since we've gone down a man? I feel like we've actually performed better since we've lost a man. I say that, we have also conceded in that time, but we're actually getting the ball forward a little bit. I mean, what can McDonald do here? Launches it. Our Conte's there, takes it down, gives it away, ball forward. Thompson, well won by Benjamin. Her new sec picks up the ball. picks out our Conte as well. Really nice build-up by our Conte, hits it. We've been very wasteful today. You might have noticed, by the way, Sam Roscoe was playing, the man who got sent off. He was in the team today because Morgan Williams is actually, carrying a little bit of a knock, and I didn't want to risk him. And I kind of wish I'd risked him now. It's 3-0 Dagenham. It's a set piece. We're not very good at defending these ordinarily. When we've lost one of our centre-backs, the problem gets worse. I think that has hit the woodwork and hit McDonald on the back of the hands, but I'm not going to blame him for it. It's 3-0, and I hate to admit it, probably game over. 4 minutes of added time. I think this game, it's over. We've lost 3-0. I want to be more annoyed than I am. I think the sending off obviously derailed things. But what I will say is we did actually create some chances in the game. Unfortunately, we didn't score any of them. I was sat thinking what would be an even bigger kick in the gonads was if Bromley dropped points. But good news, they did beat Oldham 4-1. So they did win. They keep their point streak going. They are now 9 points ahead of us. There's still 11 games left. There's still 33 points on offer. But this game that we have against them next, I was hoping that we'd win this game and then be able to maybe win that one to close the gap further. The reality is if we don't beat Bromley at home, we're not going to win the league. We're going to have to settle for the playoffs. So Roscoe is now suspended. Morgan Williams, you can come back. Like you can see here, he's recovering from an injury, so I didn't want to risk him. I realise I want to play him in the next game against Walsall, who are bottom. Bad news, that game's in 3 days' time. He's probably not going to be fit for that one either. And also, McGuinness is suspended. I might not have any centre-backs this game against Walsall. I really am getting deja vu to the end of last season. Now, like I already said, we are going to come back for the game against Bromley, which you can see here is on Saturday, the 4th of March. Maybe we'll have our youth intake then. If we do, we'll talk about it. If we don't, I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist, because as you've already seen, it was a rather depressing sight. This is a big game for us. If we win this, maybe we can hunt them down to end the season. If we lose this, I'm just going to hope we don't bottle the playoffs again. I'll see you in a mo. Okay, so we've taken on Walsall, we've taken on Scunthorpe. Good news, we're back up to second. Not so good news. We beat Walsall, who were bottom 2-0, but against Scunthorpe, we drew 1-1. Scunthorpe in real life, I believe, are in danger of literally liquidating as a football club. Like, they are risking insolvency at the moment, and yet they still managed to get a point against us. Now, were we unlucky in this game? Maybe a little bit. Silver lining. Charles scored for us. Not so silver lining. We dropped points, and what it does mean is because Bromley won both of their games, they're now 11 points clear of us with 9 games left of the year. And as much as I want to believe that with 27 points left on the table to take, we could catch them, if we don't win this game here, we're just going to have to settle for the playoffs. And even then, we're only 8 points in the playoffs. If Bromley beat us here, we could be in some trouble. I say that to end the season, we have got Woking in 14th, Fylde in 12th, Gillingham in 6th, Accrington Stanley in 18th, South Shields in 16th, Chesterfield, and then Yeovil, and then Barnet. There's a couple of difficult games in there, but the reality is that most of the teams we've got to play are in the mid to kind of lower end of the table. In terms of strength of schedule, we have got a lot of the difficult games out the way early. So good news for this game, Morgan Williams is back. Yes, of course, he wasn't available for the last game. Roscoe got suspended, sat out the last game. The first of the last games against Walsall. He was back for the other one. I didn't play him. I like Sam Roscoe, but he is a bit of a meathead. Across the rest of the team, though, I don't want to change anything. I'd be lying if I was to say I'm not concerned about our Conte and Falbo's form in their last few games, and especially also Robbie Yar. This man is right up there with assists in the league this year, and in fact, he scored 18 goals from an XG of 16.82, but he's not been on the best run of form lately. 2 goals in his last 10. I'm kind of hoping I can talk it into existence today. I need a big performance from him today against Bromley. Of course, we did beat Bromley earlier on in the season. We did an away day versus them. They are a good little team, a team that was strong last year, and to be honest, this year have just elevated themselves to a whole new level. And when you look at our recent form, it's not been great. They have not slipped up in a while, it feels like. They are constantly winning games. And as a result, it's been difficult to keep up with them. They've been up at the top of the table from the beginning, kind of maintain that gap. If we win this game here, we'll be 8 points behind them with 8 games left. I still feel like that would be a very, very difficult kind of title chase to even execute because they just don't seem to drop points with the regularity that we have. Our consistency is kind of gone out the window in the last few months. I don't want to say it's reminded me of last year where we bottled it all at the end and lost kind of the last 4 games, But I'd really like to enter the playoffs with a little bit of kind of wind in our sails, a little bit of momentum going. Let's see if we can get what could be an important win here, if only for a confidence boost. Anyway, Bromley with the ball. As I waffle away, they're bringing it forward. Adamson to Conlon. Haller inside, skips past his man, cuts inside, dinks it in. Williams tackles it, and it goes straight back to Graham Haller. That was a very weird-looking goal in the match engine, wasn't it? When Handler picked up the ball here, I thought we were safe. I thought we were fine, but he's dribbled it inside, done a weird pass. It's then tackled, but it just falls straight back to him. And unfortunately, McDonald cannot be expected to stop that. We have been in this rough run of form lately, but at the same time, I don't want to make a load of changes. I know that when we're playing at our very best, this system works. This is a system that can really be successful. Obviously, this year we went into things with a media expectation of kind of mid-table at best. The board expectation was avoid relegation. The fact that we're up in second is impressive, but I do feel like our shortcomings, especially as of late, are from a combination of just the morale dropping a little bit. We've all been there in Football Manager. You win a few games, you get on a winning run. But also just the fact we don't have the quality to maintain things when, well, the morale isn't there. We don't have that same quality, unfortunately. Yes, Charles and Yor, they score goals for fun, but there's definitely been a lot of games as of late where, well, frankly, we just kind of struggle in the midfield. We lack moments of quality. I'm hoping we can have a moment of quality here, though. Yor misses another one-on-one. We missed a couple in that last game against Addons when the score was still only 1-0. That is a big one missed here at 1-0. And I'm fearful that these kind of squandered opportunities are going to come back to bite us. Hanusek, Gibua. I want to believe something can happen, but most of the time, when you have a one-on-one that's parried out for a corner, there's just this long extended 30-second bit you're made to watch where nothing happens. If I had one feature request for FM23, fix the brick wall, obviously, but also just get rid of those pointless highlights after a one-on-one from the corner. Because most of the time, you know something's not going to happen. I mean, look, if the corner results in a shot, fair play. But sometimes you just have to watch a corner get cleared. There's a bit of waffle around the edge of the box, and then the highlight ends. And I feel like I've wasted precious seconds I could have spent looking for wonder kids. Anyway, Hallett, the goal scorer, trying to play it through. Gibua with it. Spreads it wide to Falbo. Lovely build-up play here. Some really long-range passes connecting. Yor, one-on-one. Can he finish this one? No, he can't. This is why he's got 2 goals in his last 10. I feel like in today's episode, I've done more of the talky stuff between the highlights rather than just cutting from highlight to highlight. I don't know why. I get it, it's a throwback. It's a throwback to the good old days of Work the Space on YouTube where we just sat, hit record, and did it all in one take. Also, Gray's offside there, right? Okay, he is offside there. I thought for a second Bromley were about to score a second and really ruin the vibes. I say that, we're a goal down. I mean, if we lose both games on the 10-year anniversary, that is tragic for all involved, isn't it? Okay, I managed to save the team talk with the unhappy campers. Let's get into the second half. I need a bounce back. I'm going to do the Bromley change. It's called the Bromley change because it worked once, seemingly, against Bromley. We're going to go more direct. I'm also going to move the wingers into the attacking duty. Get forward, lads. Sit on the fullbacks. Pin them back. Their wingbacks have been causing us some issues. I mean, the game itself has actually been a really even game. We've not been outclassed here by Bromley, who are top. But as the home team, you'd like to see us take the game to them that little bit more. As you can see, the way that we line up, we force them to go long from goal kicks now. Kind of pinning them back. Unfortunately, in forcing them to go long, we've not been able to wrestle back the ball. And it might just leave them with a chance here. I thought Adamson might have been offside, but I guess he played that line to perfection. The ball put in, Gibua gets it away. Yor to our Conte, who's got a little bit of green grass ahead of him. The wing back on the overlap, caught out of position. Our Conte, skipping wide, tries to put it in, ping-pongs around Yor to Hanusek. Falbo, can we make something happen? Hanusek shot blocked. Our Conte gets the ball, squares it. Yor finally scores a goal. I did speak it into existence. I feel like that's been coming in this game. Right before the hour mark, we make it 1-1. It wasn't a beautiful goal. It wasn't a pretty goal. But they all count for the same number of goals, and it's 1 goal. You get 1 goal for a goal. We're not a sport where scores are worth different stuff. It's a good finish, isn't it? Keeper, I thought for a second the keeper was actually going to stop it. It's in the back of the net, that's all that matters. Falbo's not having a good game. Charles has been very, very quiet today, uncharacteristically so. I'm going to bring in Will Merry out on the left. Elsewhere, I don't really want to change things too much. Williams hasn't had the best of games. You know what? We'll bring in Wu with another one of our changes. And you know today is a serious match because I'm not having fun saying Wu and his name different ways. We're just going with standard pronunciation today. The pressure's getting to me. I'm a changed man. 20 minutes left. I really want to win this one. Time is trickling away for both teams. For Bromley, a draw is probably good enough. Away from home, I'm sure they would take that. Our form has been so hit and miss lately that a win here would feel really monumental if we could get it. And as the team at home, I feel like we should try and get it. And we might have a chance here. Yeah, one-on-one hits it. Robbie, yeah. I should just criticise him before every match that I play, shouldn't I? Even when I'm not recording videos, I should take a moment to look at his player profile and get annoyed. That is a ridiculous finish. It's the 83rd minute. Smith misses his header, Yor takes it down. He's not the paciest of players, but you don't need to be pacey if you've got a rocket of a right foot like that. I do feel like at this point, we probably should just tell the players to be maybe a little less attacking. In fact, we're going to move Gabua and Hanusek deeper. I will keep the direct instruction on. I am going to tell the players just to play with a positive mentality. Let's lower the tempo slightly and up the time wasting. 5 minutes to see out this game. I hope I'm not going to regret going a bit defensive here, he says, as a highlight begins. Ball played forward. Gallagher wins his header, but Pickett with the ball in the middle. Gifted to Yor, who of course is on for the hat-trick now. That was a rather ambitious ball to our Conte that's not found its intended target. And now Halle, or Hallett, might be French. It could be Halle. The goal scorer for them had the ball, no longer has it, and we are back in possession. Ball with Will Merry. Playing as an inside forward on support. Gallagher towards Brandon Charles. If we get another, you'd imagine that'll be the game. Charles, I think, has tried to chip the keeper there, but I don't know what that finish was. There's 3.5 minutes left in this game. Why do we need to have another highlight, Football Manager? Can we not just end the game now? Just, time out. We can all go home early. The refs played 90 minutes. We don't need any of that extra time shebang. Our Conte win that header. Yeah. Get to the corner flag. Ball into the middle, maybe. Merry's there. He should have scored. That should have been the game. With 3 minutes left, I don't think it's going to cost us. That is still a really bad miss, isn't it? Okay, breathe a sigh of relief. The squandered opportunities are not going to cost us. We win this game 2-1. On the balance of play, did we deserve it? It's hard to say that we did, really. I mean, look, we had a higher XG, we had more shots, but with less possession, and really with that flurry of late chances, that's kind of what made us look like the better team. Ultimately, in a very, very even game, we've grinded out a result against the team who are top. We've now beaten Bromley twice. Unfortunately, because of the drop points previously, we are still 8 points behind them. But what that result does see is just get some crucial points on the board, which hopefully mean when I come back tomorrow, we will still be in the playoffs. Also, Williams and Charles are happy because we've now established ourselves in the Vanarama National League. Apparently, if you're wondering what to be established means, it means you finish second, or are second in March. Apparently, that is what establishing yourself as a Vanarama national team looks like. I will say, by the way, our Conte's got 11 assists. He's right up there. As much as I criticise him, he is actually playing quite well. So like I already said, our end of season running isn't the most difficult, but I think we have to be realistic. Barring a bit of a miracle, a bit of a bottle by Bromley, we're not going to catch them. Really, I should be more concerned with the likes of Dagenham and Yeovil, who are right over our shoulder and not too many points behind us. Just as a little reminder as well, with this 16 playoff, 4th to 7th playing kind of a quarter-final, 2nd and 3rd place teams get a bye to the semi-final. With that in mind, it is kind of important that we do lock down a top 3 finish this year. Barring any kind of miracle or disaster, tomorrow we will actually play in the Vanarama National League playoffs. I thought we were going to do it last year and we didn't. This year should be a little bit different. Hopefully I see you guys for that one, and hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, do leave a like on things. We're back same time and place tomorrow. Until then, take it easy. It is me, Jack, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.